independence of Eastern Ukraine, for sovereignty of the Kiev government. Will the United States recognize that vote?
Well, the so-called referenda to which you refer are illegal under Ukrainian law and a transparent attempt to create further division and disorder. And in addition, international media documented episodes of carousel voting, of pre-marked ballots, of children voting, and the announcement of results before ballots could be counted. So we do not recognize the results, and you have seen the European Union and other leaders say the same. In addition, we're disappointed that the Russian government did not use its influence to forestall these referenda, according to President Putin's call on May 7 for them to be postponed. Instead, Russian state media sought to legitimize these so-called referenda over the weekend with repetitive coverage of these votes as if they were legitimate. And we've seen reports that Russian police even provided security for a polling station in Moscow. In the meantime, the Ukrainian government is proceeding with plans to hold OSCE-led roundtables on constitutional reform and national unity, including with Ukrainians from the eastern and southern regions of Ukraine, and we call on Russia to support this effort. The focus of the international community, including Russia, should be on supporting the Ukraine government's efforts to hold a presidential election on May 25. But we note that the OSCE has reported that Ukraine is successfully implementing all the necessary procedures and requirements for free and fair elections, which will allow all Ukrainian people a voice in the future of their country. As you've probably seen, recent independent polls have shown that a substantial majority of Ukrainians intend to vote on May 25. Any efforts to disrupt this democratic process will be seen clearly for what they are, as attempts to deny the rights of Ukraine's citizens to express their political will freely.
But would you acknowledge that these votes today aren't really a good sign going into this May 25th election, that there's going to be an expression of national unity with that vote?
I would say that the fact that Russia did not use its influence to forestall the referenda, to follow up on what President Putin said when he announced that he believed these votes should not be held on the day that they were held, is disappointing. And so has been the coverage in Russian state media of what happened over the weekend in Ukraine, which suggests that there has not been a significant change in attitude by Russia towards the efforts by separatists in Ukraine to breed chaos and to prevent the effective carrying out of national elections on May 25. Our focus is on ensuring, with the international community and the Ukrainian government, that those elections are held and that they are free and fair, and that Ukrainians from every region of the country are able to express their free will through a legitimate balloting exercise and the selection of a new president. This is an important process, and that is the means by which Ukrainians can express their will. They can also do so through the OSCE-led roundtables that the Ukrainian government supports and has drawn up plans to proceed with. Another important indication of the seriousness of purpose of the Ukrainian government, the significant restraint that the Ukrainian government has shown, the openness the Ukrainian government has shown to the concerns of ethnic Russians, Russian-speaking Ukrainians in the east and south of Ukraine, who seek perhaps greater autonomy from the center. The process that the Ukrainian government supports is the legitimate way by which these concerns can be addressed. Holding illegal referenda, annexing countries by force. This is annexing rather sections of a country by force, as Russia did in Crimea. That's not the way to proceed. It's certainly not a way to proceed that's recognized under international law.
There's a new video that's purporting to show the kidnapped Nigerian girls. Has the U.S.